This is a flat piece of land with nothing but grass, and this little farmer's market. And I have to spend 1 year here building up a farm completely from scratch, without a single dollar. Eventually, I'll have huge fields, lots of machinery, animals, and one profitable business. If that sounds interesting, hit the like button and let's get started. Here's what I built in the last video, which you can check out from left upper side. So now I need to grab my tractor, a brand new mower, and start cutting grass. Quick reminder, I've got this silage bunker here and I need to fill it with freshly cut grass. It will ferment into silage, which I can later sell for a great price. So let's get to work. This new mower is so nice. It drops the grass into perfect rows. And now the grass is cut. It took a while, but I got it done. Next step is to collect it and move it to the bunker. I'm using this forage wagon. It has a special pickup that lifts the grass and drops it into the trailer. Once the trailer is full, I drive over to the bunker and unload it. But then, a problem. Not the snow. The bunker is already full, and there's still tons of grass left. So I place down a second bunker. After about a dozen trips, both bunkers are full. But I kinda overdid it. As you can see, 2 bunkers weren't enough either. Now I've got 3 full bunkers of grass. And even that wasn't enough. I had to dump the leftover grass right on the ground. I ran out of money for more bunkers. It's fine though. I'll ferment that part later. Now I need to compact all this grass. This presses the juices out and starts the fermentation process. After that, I cover everything with a tarp. With the help of sunlight and bacteria, the grass begins turning into silage. So now, all I can do is wait. I parked the equipment and went to rest. And finally, the silage is ready. Time to sell it. I'm loading it up using the same trailer I collected the grass with. Not without problems, of course, but good thing the tractor has 4-wheel drive. I head to the farmer's market and sell. One trailer brings in $5,000. Nice! So I kept going and sold all the silage. 1 hour later, and it's all sold. I made $250,000. That's an insane result. And as you can see, I still had some leftover grass that didn't fit into the bunkers, so I went ahead and hauled that too. The grass is transported, but this bunker here isn't full yet. So instead of leaving it half empty, I mowed a bit more grass and topped it off, pressed it again, threw on the tarp, and left it to ferment. Meanwhile, the canola I planted earlier has fully grown. Time to harvest! But first, let me show you my new gear. Meet the Massey tractor. It cost me $170,000. It has 4-wheel drive, autopilot, 400 horsepower, and most importantly, air conditioning. That'll make the work way more comfortable. The tractor trailer, $30,000. The Mack truck, old but strong and pretty stylish, that one was $30,000 too. And the truck trailer, $10,000. So yeah, I'm broke again, but that's fine. Money should be invested, not just sitting in the bank. Now let's get back to the canola. I hop into my combine harvester and get to work. Honestly, I should have upgraded it first. But hey, I've been through worse. We'll manage. And just like that, the canola is harvested. All that's left is to sell it. So I drive over to the farmer's market. And for the canola, I get $42,000. Not bad at all. But don't forget, the field also left behind straw, and that can be collected and sold too. So I grabbed a baler and got to work. I'm collecting the straw into bales. They're just way easier to transport that way. Here's how many bales I got. Now it's time to sell them, so I bought this trailer for $10,000. Totally worth it. Let's load those bales up. Perfect. They all fit in one go. I sold them for $9,000. So the full harvest, canola plus straw, brought me $51,000. Pretty great. While I was finishing up the field, my second batch of silage finished fermenting. Time to sell that too. Once again, I'm using the forage wagon to haul it. A few dozen minutes later, the silage is sold. I made $92,000 off that batch. Nice. I think I've earned a break. But no, this is not the end of the video. The next day, I needed to invest the money somewhere. I want to build a few more fields, and for that, I need a plow. Now, you might say, wait, don't you already have a plow? Yeah, but imagine using that tiny thing on a huge field. So I bought a slightly bigger baby. Now, it's time to channel my inner designer. First, I built roads around the new field. Then, I laid out the shapes of the new fields. Here's what it looks like. Let's get to work. After a few hours of peaceful meditation, the fields are plowed. But wait, I also need to plow the old field, which means more meditation. Finally, all the fields are ready for planting. And what am I going to plant? You'll never guess. Canola. Yep, it's profitable and doesn't need too much care. Perfect. So I grab the seeder and get to work. All fields are planted. It's already evening, but there's still one last thing to do. Now that I can finally afford it, it's time to fertilize the fields. But for that, I need some equipment. So I bought this sprayer right here. And then I bought some fertilizer. Filled up the sprayer. And started fertilizing. By the way, this process gives you 22.5% more yield. And if you do it twice, once right after planting and once after the canola starts growing, you'll get up to 45% more. So yeah, definitely worth it. 2 hours later, all the fields are seeded and fertilized. When the canola sprouted, I went in for the second round of fertilizer. Good thing, after plowing, no weeds grow, so I don't need to waste time on herbicide. Now, all that's left is to wait for the canola to ripen. But I don't want my money just sitting there. It's time to invest again. This time, I'm buying my first animals. Goats! I'm placing their pen right here. Why goats? Easy. They only eat grass and produce pretty expensive milk. So for me, they're the perfect option right now. Now I need to mow some grass, but as usual, I want to turn it into silage, since that's still my main source of income. So I decided to install a big concrete silage bunker, much larger than the old ones. And yeah, I sold the small ones. Now comes the hardest part, mowing the grass. This pit needs a lot of it, so I hop in the tractor and get to work. It took me 7 hours. It was really exhausting. Just look at how much grass I had to cut, but I did it. I now have a full silage pit, but I also wanted to make grass for goat feed. So I left a few neat rows of grass. I'll turn them into bales. Time to hook up the baler and get to work. The bales are done. There's quite a lot of them. Don't mind the mess. I tried to stack them into a tower, but it collapsed. Oh well. I grab the trailer and transport the bales to the goats. Finally, they have food. Now they'll start giving me milk. Phew, almost forgot. I still need to compact and cover the silage. Much better now. After some time, great news. The first goat milk is ready. Let's sell it. For this, a small trailer is perfect. It looks funny, such a big tractor pulling a tiny trailer. I load the milk and drive off to sell it. This is the place I'm selling it to. I made $9,000 from the milk, which is pretty good. The silage is also ready, so I'm going to sell that as well. I made a whopping $370,000 from the silage. Sometimes I think I could just mow grass and sell silage forever and become a millionaire. Well then, since I've got money, it's time to upgrade my equipment. First, I sell what I don't use anymore: the old tractor, combine harvester, and the plow. And here's my new setup, a brand new combine harvester, which cost me $250,000. That's all for now. I don't need any more machines at the moment. It barely fits. Also, I decided to add more asphalt to improve the parking area for the equipment. Looks much better now. I invested the remaining money into a new business: greenhouses. First, I needed space for them, so I placed them near the animals. I installed 3 greenhouses, each costing $36,000. I also built a road to them and placed a fence. Now I need to figure out the watering system. I installed a water windmill. It uses wind power to pump water from underground into a tank, and from there I can water the greenhouses. I also bought this trailer to deliver the water directly to the greenhouses. Here's how it works. First, I fill the tank at the windmill, then deliver it to the greenhouse. I'll be growing lettuce. In my opinion, it's the most profitable crop. Well, the greenhouses are set. Now I just have to keep them watered and wait for the harvest. While I was doing all that, the canola is ready to harvest. Perfect timing to test the new combine harvester. Let's get to work. It's awesome. It has GPS and cruise control. But the best part? It has AC. It's actually comfortable to work in. Finally, I have the money to build a grain silo. Since selling prices are low right now, I'll store the canola and sell it later. By the way, the combine's capacity was enough for almost half the field. I decided to place the silo right here. I unload the trailer and get back to harvesting. After 3 hours, the fields are fully harvested. I ended up with almost 2,500 bushels. That's a pretty good yield. Once the prices go up, most likely in winter, I'll be able to sell it for a much better profit. Let's go back to the greenhouses. They've already produced a decent amount of goods, so it's time to take them to the market. I bought this new trailer for the truck just for that. Now I'm loading up all the pallets. There are 60 of them. So for all the lettuce, I got $166,000. That's pretty awesome. I'm basically making money from water. I think I'll expand this business in the future. With that money, I wanted to finally build myself a house and add a few decorations. Here's how it looks now. I also placed a few sheds for storing machinery. Now most of it is safe from the rain and sun. I even bought a pressure washer. Finally, I can clean these muddy monsters. Much better. And I even had enough left over to buy myself a car. Right away, I'm driving it home and parking it next to the new house. So now, our farm looks great, has plenty of equipment, and most importantly, it's making money. I'd say the goal of building this farm from scratch is officially complete. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This was Fizbee. See you next time!